Alrighty guys, welcome. How are we guys? Hope we're all doing well. Welcome to another London session. Let's get your show on the road. As always guys, good morning, good afternoon, and a very good evening no matter where we are around the world. Hope you're all doing well. Looking forward to another London session. So far it's been a good week. Had a good night last night, well last night my time, but yesterday for pre-MY for the members as well. It's going quite well this week. Things are moving more in a fashion I'm familiar with, so it's been more, the results have been better for the week so far, so we'll see what we can come up with moving forward. Let's have a look at the news just to begin guys, see what is going on in regards to any scheduled news today. Nothing in regards to our particular session, and nothing really in CNY, so it's pretty smooth sailing and as far as news, but obviously things could break at any point now that Trump is in presidency. So now Trump is in office, so need to be wary of the news at all times. And anyway guys, in the meantime, you guys know the drill. YouTube, smash the like button, appreciate all you for joining. TikTok, smash that screen, and let's get cracking guys. So let's start with gold, sorry. And let's have a look at the weekly time frame, and what we can see is we are forming a very strong bullish candle. So far respecting the resistance at the all-time high here, so we're just back below that resistance just now. So it'll be interesting to see how we react to it since we have now pushed up into that level today. So let's now have a look at the daily time frame. To be honest guys, structurally it still remains bearish until it actually closes above this swing point, this resistance here. However, having said that, what we are doing is forming higher highs, higher lows. We've had a strong impulse in a previous daily candle closing above one major resistance, which we had failed to do so on multiple attempts, and the current daily candle has actually broken above, now currently pulling back though. So what we're going to do is mark in the current daily candle's high. We're also going to mark in the current daily candle's low. We're going to see what we've got either side of those two levels. Onto the 4 hour, and definitely bullish in structure on the 4 hour. What we can see though, if we are to zoom to the left, we have tapped into a resistance and so far rejected it. So we're just going to mark that in. We don't yet have support confirmed up near the resistance, but on the 4 hour we probably do on the 30. As we can see, we're tapped into the resistance just above the current daily candle's high, so we're just going to shift this horizontal across now to the highest point of that resistance. We're likely going to be looking for buys above that level. Now moving on to the M30, so the 4 hour is about to close in on this particular broker in just over 6 minutes time. Onto the 30-minute time frame. Now it's technically bullish, so the bias is bullish guys. However, below that daily candle's low, once we begin to pop low to support just a tad below that level, we've got some pretty clean traffic. So just going to draw in a zone at that 2741 to 2739, 2740 sort of region. I'm going to change that to blue. And what I would consider is, if we did close below that point there, I would consider it a flip in structure on the 30. I know we don't have two more consecutive candles pulling back in the opposite direction just here. That is normally how I determine a swing point, but it kind of resembles the swing, and depending on what broker you're using, you may actually have multiple candles pulling back in unison in the opposite direction to the swing. So as long as we remain above 2741, my preference would be to buy it. Now we've just recently formed support, and we're currently at that support around that 2747.50 to 2746.30. So if we were to start to perhaps consolidate here in a 15-minute time frame, which I'll flick to in a moment, and begin to pop above it and correlate it with perhaps a 30-minute closing strong bullish, we'd have some potential buy options from above the support here at 2747.50 roughly. So I'm going to put eyes above. Obviously, we're going to be looking for the buys upon a deeper pullback. Still very bullish. Now onto the 15-minute time frame. And all right, so yeah, so we do begin to consolidate on this time frame, and we start to pop above the consolidation. what we have done recently is we've made a clean move up throughout the Asian session. We have now pulled back towards the end of the Asian session to retest this zone. We are so far respecting it. So if we were to consolidate and start to pop above the consolidation, I would definitely consider my options for a buy on gold. Now, having said that, we are currently at a minor support. Do we have the margin below it? We have rejected it multiple times, so catalyst at this stage would be a closure block. We may actually have the margin to sell it. Now it's going to be counter trend, but the confluences you would have with that entry would be the fact that we're rejecting the 4-hour resistance. We are at a support and we'll be actually closing below the support. So at that point there's a high probability that price is likely going to come down to the next level of support just below it, around at 27.43.40, all the way possibly down towards 27.41, that sort of region, 27.40. So we'll contemplate, not necessarily going to be easy though to sell it, but I will contemplate the sells. That is likely going to be, I mean, it's still got 3 and a bit minutes left, so prematurely putting that zone into the low of the current candle, that is likely going to be the destination where I will look for a potential sell below. So that is currently what I'm looking at on gold, guys. I hope that made sense. If it did, make sure to hit the like button and smash the screen on YouTube. And we'll have a look at GJ, the other pair that I do trade. Let me see if I can just adjust the zone a little bit. All right. Yep, that'll do. Have we got any range above that? Any clean count? No. So it's literally at a resistance. It's literally into wicks to the left hand side here in the M30. All right. So that's the current zones, guys. That's what I'm looking at on gold. For the time being, looks like we may need to wait just a tad longer. Yeah, we really need the 15 to close bearish engulfing. And really, again, I like, similar to yesterday, I really wanted to close below the support. If you guys remember, it was similar stage yesterday. We're looking for a closure below the support. What ended up happening was price pulled back up and we ended up getting some buys. Or was that with the members later on to MI? I can't quite remember. But yeah, it was a busy day yesterday. Good day, all in all, really good day. All right, so on to GJ, guys. Let's take a look at it once again on the weekly time frame, and what we can see is we are forming a very strong bullish candle, pull back quite significantly yet again into that previous weekly candle. So we're going to be looking to see what levels we've got within this weekly candle, because those levels are likely going to provide our entry points for either a buy if we respect those levels, or potentially sells if we begin to pop below those levels. Further potential entries could be above the high, so we'll mark that level in. That is the current daily candle's high as well. Current daily has a high, low, high to the previous candle was a hammer candle with a long wick to the downside. So likely what follows, what I usually see follow after we've had a candle close like so on the previous daily, is the following candle make a small low wick and then begin to break the high and usually continue to the upside. And it doesn't always have to happen though. And so far that's what we're doing, but we're currently pulling back. So let's just mark in the current daily candle's low. Let's see what we've got below that point there. Structurally, it is bearish, but counter probabilities are to the upside. 4-hour structurally is also bearish, so looks like we could have a neutral bias, guys. Gonna mark in that level on the 4-hour. So we're currently at a 4-hour resistance. We've just recently formed support. I'm just gonna mark in the current daily candle's low. Likely we're going to be looking for cleaner options either side of it. All right, so what we can see, and just drag that to the highest point of any bearish candle at the resistance. All right, so the 30-minute will remain bullish so long as we remain above this support. So perfect. What I'll be looking for, guys, is I want to see all the buyers. First of all, I want to see confirmation of support forming. We have a little bit of consolidation similar to what I mentioned on gold before in 15, and we can correlate with 30 closing back bullish at the support here above that 192 flat psychological round number. I would definitely be interested in looking for a buy option. on GJ. Actually, GJ yesterday was the trade on stream, guys. Now I remember the interruption entry, which was that nice win. So that's why I'll be looking at on GJ. Bit of support to form for my potential option if price did pull back to grab more liquidity from the Asian session support. Then I'll be looking for the option to buy it. Now, want to see the structure flip at the 4-hour resistance on the 30-minute, in line with the 4-hour and daily structure. If I were to look at this stage for sells, we obviously come from the highest, so we want to see a little bit of a exhaustion, triggering some buys at this point, only to start to close below the support. And if we've begun to do so, rejecting that 4-hour resistance, then I would be looking for my options to take a sell below that 191.875 roughly. So that's the sell option. Otherwise, definitely interested in the continuation buys above this resistance. Got clean trap to the left, so buys above 192.40, and also if it did pull back up, only to reject yet again, be looking for the sell. So that is the current range, and that's what we're looking to take trades within. Hopefully that makes sense. How did gold close? Yeah, not quite strong enough. Really want it to close below. So for the time being, just going to chill, guys. Meantime, who have we got on the stream? TikTok, you guys smash the like button. Beats, good morning to you as always. Paul, g'day. Hope Paul as well. Mini, you're probably off by now, but I appreciate you anyway for making the effort just to pop in and solo. Paul, you're in a sell on gold, I'm assuming. Nice one. I'm hoping you're in from higher up, and that will be really well done. You're off to a good start for today. Sean, g'day to you, brother. Been on all week, mate. Been on all week. So. Yeah, all good. Sean sent me a message thinking I wasn't trading this week on stream. I wasn't streaming, but never mentioned that. I think it just misunderstood. 27.55. Oh, awesome, mate. Well done. Beautiful. Yeah, hopefully you have secured some partials, or you've got your stop loss floating in profit. Interesting to see a 5-minute. We've got a bit of consolidation here. So if we can even correlate the 5-minute, again the 15, if we have a nice strong bullish engulfing candle here in the 15, what we're going to have is a 5-minute closure above the resistance as well, and that would just add further confluence to any potential buy options. We've had a clean move up, and then obviously prior to the current level we've had a nice clean move down. So I like the fact that we're perhaps grabbing a little bit more liquidity at the current level, and if we were to begin to pop above it, I'd like to see the 15-minute close above it though, and that could be a really nice option for a potential buy. So that's something I'm definitely keeping an eye on, guys. Thank you for the follow on TikTok. Welcome to Stallone, Jackie, Rafael, Emmanuel. No structure broken yet, but I believe sellers are coming into the market. No structure broken yet at all. I agree, but yes, big rejection of that 4-hour zone, which is again the actual all-time high, the weekly resistance that's tapped into. But yeah, I definitely agree. It hasn't broken any structure yet, so sells are still very risky unless you manage to get in like Paul did up high. Then yeah, it's a little bit risky selling at the moment. But again, if I get the right confirmation that is a closure below, something I would consider. But I am, again, if I had a preference, I'd rather buy it. But you got to be fluid in the markets and whatever presents in front of you. As long as it's in line with your rules and your plan, then I'm happy to take the trade in either direction. JF gold, yep. So that's what I'm looking at. Franco, good morning to you, mate. JF, thank you for the follow. Monty, g'day to you. Members, I've just sent you a link. So TikTok, I see how long I stay on for. I don't want to push my luck too much. And one more strike and I'm done. So Shala, welcome. Guys, any pair that you'd like me to look at, feel free to ask. Unlike other streamers, I don't require you sending in a chart prior to it. I'm happy to have a look for you. Any questions, feel free to ask. Sniper Pips, welcome to you. Inshallah, thank you for the follow. Alright, so this is good on gold, but again, I want to see a 15-minute closure. Wow, it's moving with a bit of gusto at the moment. It's got a fair bit of momentum at this level of support, but again, just patiently going to wait. Been a lot of volume about, I've noticed, with gold. Yesterday on a pre-NY stream with the team, got involved in a sell, which was very quick. I unfortunately didn't get to secure because it was just too quick, and got to about 9 pip profit and pulled straight back. I luckily got to break even, and it actually reversed and went bullish, and we got in a buy in a following candle. Similar scenario, it popped straight up to like a 9 pip profit. Some of the team managed to secure some profits at 10 plus. Personally, again, I got taken out break even. I didn't get a chance, but it was a good day all in all. It was a good stream. London stream was a good one. London session. But yeah, gold has been quite volatile to begin the year, which in a way is quite good. Up we go. Trap King. Ray Tech 83 for Dogito. Whatever that means. Trap King, you're gonna buy in 2 hours? Okay, interesting. Emmanuel, thank you. Yeah. TikTok, who knows, because yeah, I keep getting strikes for whatever reason, so we'll see. Hopefully I'm still around. But yeah. Streaming on YouTube at the moment as well. Alright. So let's quickly look at some of the other pairs. GU broken a support. Let's look at where it's sitting on the high time frame. Weekly is bullish engulfing, so it's a strong bullish candle. We'll see what we've got in between that weekly candle for potential levels to pull back to form support and head back up daily. The strong rejection at previous day, long lower wick, tapping into some consolidation or resistance, only to close back bullish. Current candle has been pretty much straight bearish. So likely going to be some nice options above that previous daily candle's high. Structurally, it's still bearish. The 4-hour structurally is bullish. We can see we're just rejecting a resistance here to the left hand side though. We've broken a support just now, still just over an hour into a new 4-hour candle. Got support a little bit lower down. M30 appears to be bullish in structure, but it could argue it's flipping. If you do consider that a swing, you could argue it's just flipped and at a 4-hour resistance. So GU could be possible. I mean, it could be impossible to sell on GU just now if anyone does trade it. You got the closure below. It's left a steep low wick, but you're now breaking it, so that's your potential entry point. Otherwise, what I'll probably be waiting for in GU is a little bit of minor support to form on the 15, and then look for a sell as it begins to break that minor support, take it back down. Again, confluences are you're rejecting a 4-hour resistance, you're popping below a support formed just below the resistance, clean traffic to the left. I mean, that looks like a solid option on GU for anyone who does trade it. All right, gold. We'd really like to see a little pause now on a 5. Manuel, Sunil, thank you guys for the follow. Sean, you're looking for GJ buys, but maybe sells. Yeah, it's at an interesting point on the chart, so I would prefer to buy from this level unless it starts to sink below it. Have we triggered in buys? So we're still not really. I mean, we've got that doji candle. Would have preferred that to be a bullish candle, but yet again, it's at an interesting level. I feel there could be sells below the support, and there's obviously going to be options if it does actually close back bullish for buys. But the focus right now is gold. Got to wait just under 4 minutes on the 15-minute time frame. I could still have a potential option and buy it. Just don't want it to fly right now. That would make it a little bit difficult. Jay, more into you. Sorry, I just missed that. Stop loss Paul was halfway. Nice one. See you one profit. Sean, all good, mate. Yeah, welcome, Franco, mate. Hope you're well. I was looking for, yeah, just read that. Sorry. All right, so 3 minutes remaining on this M15 candle. Now, stop loss needs to be a technical stop loss for me, so that means it's going to be below a previous candle, which will be the current candle at this rate. And if the current candle is highest to be where it's currently at, we've still got just under 3 minutes, so it could push higher. Going to be quite a wide stop loss. So definitely want to see a lower wick on the following 15-minute candle, and then the entry potentially as it begins to break above what will be the current candle, which will be obviously the previous candle's high, the catalyst candle. TikTok, thank you for the follow to everyone who is or has followed. And guys, if you could smash the screen, let's get more people onto the stream, and YouTube guys, smash the like button. Contemplating some gold buys shortly. Oh no, because yeah, it's gonna take your position out. Still in profit though, so yeah. Hopefully we all get a piece of the pie. Alright, so just over a minute remaining, guys. So once again, whatever the highest point of the current candle is on your broker, I'll be looking for potential entries just a bit above that, maybe 2 pips above it, just to account for spread. Definitely want to see a low wick form on the next M15, and if it does, then I will look to execute a potential buy. Stop loss will be below current candle. It's starting to push a bit. We don't want it to push too far. You have to adjust the entry point. And I want it to leave a upper wick. Alright guys, what's the high? 33, so looking about 53. 2750.53. Now I want to see a low wick, so I'm not going to place the order until I see a low wick. I see one, there we go. So not in just yet. That is the actual spot on 53, 2750.53. So we've got the 5-minute closing above consolidation. What would be nice is if we pull back and break the low of that previous 5-minute and then go on to flip and break above it. That would suggest to grab a little bit more liquidity in the current candle before we're ready to head up. So yeah, we'll soon see. I have no idea why he said it's, yeah, anyway. Welcome everyone on TikTok. G'day to those of you on stream. Thank you to all the people who have followed myself. So I'm currently looking at some gold entries. Not in just yet. Based off the 15-minute bullish engulfing closing back above the support and a 5-minute also closing above a resistance at support. So waiting to see if it get triggered in. Would really like for it to pull back to create more of a low wick because it just helps and gives us more options to manage the trade. Because what I can do, if it does pull back to create a little bit more of a significant low wick, once it triggers in, if it does trigger in, I could just start adjusting the stop loss to a bit below the entry candle's low at that point. Because if we were to continue bullish, seeing we have a high low, high high to the previous candle, not necessarily be much of a need for it to pull back and break its own low again. So I've been triggered into the trade, didn't get slipped, which is good. And we'll soon see. I'm not going to adjust stop loss at all just yet. Kiani? No, just now. So we could pull back a little bit before we actually begin to flip again. There is a chance that it could pull back towards that 27.49 sort of region. So I'm just gonna let it do its thing a little bit. Or your stop loss is at 51. Also not quite taken out. Fortunately for you, mate, I hope it gets there. That means I would be in profit. Kiani, what's my confluences? 15-minute bullish engulfing at support, Asian session support, 5-minute closing above consolidation in an uptrend. So that's my confluences. And we'll soon see. Goldman, GJ, yeah. On GJ at the start of the stream. I'll be looking for buys above this support. There is no confirmation yet though. So similar to what I mentioned on gold, bit of consolidation, and if we can correlate it with GJ, I prefer 30-minute closures. Correlate it with 30-minute closure above a minor consolidation on the 15. That's when I'll probably be looking for an option to buy it. Otherwise sells below that support. Hey Yanni, it's all there on the screen. Your view, Gorman, is GJ 191.50 going to test? Yeah, if it breaks this support, there's a good chance it will. 191.70 will be my my target. Sean, you're in GD sell? No, buy on gold. Okay. Yep. Spoke about GD before. Michael, well, I'm currently, gold buy. None of this is investment advice, guys. Just me trading live in front of an audience, doing what I do. Want to give the trades a little bit more room. So I'm likely going to wait to see how the 30 closes before I consider managing if it still is in a drawdown. Lalo, gold, XAU, USD.
Hey, good morning, Justin.
Franco, morning to you, mate. How are you?
Hey, thank you, fine. And you?
All good, mate. All good.
That's good to hear. So I'm also in this gold buy right now.
Yep.
So let's see.
Yeah,
so
let's see.
Stacking right now.
It's just stuck. Yeah, it's just stuck where it is at the moment. It's not really doing all that much. Don't want to manage it too quickly. I just maybe wait for closures at the moment.
I've also reduced my lot sizes a little bit on.
Yeah, I have.
So also here to give them a little bit more room.
Yep, definitely a good option, especially seeing it's based off the 15-minute.
Yeah, and because we have seen that it's often it's pushed up a little bit and then it pushed down a little bit harder.
Yeah,
and then you are stopped out, and then it's going back
and
again.
it goes in the right direction. I know, so
yeah.
Makes sense. That's what I've reduced my lot size by a fair bit, especially after last week. So but it's all good. Yeah, just give the trade a little bit more room. It's still technically good. Don't just miss TP and it's come all the way back up. GU. That'd be all right. Paul, good morning to you. Chaser, I don't really talk too much about crypto on this stream. Don't really know much about it, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, XRP seems to be one that everyone is quite keen on anyway, so I used to have quite a lot of it, but it sold out well before this pump. So yeah. Laser, you could wait for whatever you want. It is the option. I chose to get involved after it created its low wick and begun to break above the high. That being my catalyst. Again, there is so many different ways you can skin a cap. If you choose to wait for a retest, it's retesting that resistance now, so it's still okay in my opinion. Could bounce off that point. Later? Yeah, I mean, a buy. Bro, that's the beauty of trading. We can all have different confirmations to take and enter in different directions. So you just got to do what works best for you. And one of us, like, we're going to end up with a win. You both could end up with a loss still. But yeah, I'm just following my plan. Doesn't mean it works every single time, but I know by, you know, through the data I've accumulated over the 8 years of trading, well, more so the past few years where the win rate's around that 80%. So can't always be right, but I know I'll be right the majority of the time. Paul, yeah, can go either way at the moment. It's at a support. It could now create a lower high and head back down, or it could still respect this support and begin to break above what could be a little bit of a pause candle here on the 15. I don't think it'd be such a bad entry right now if anyone isn't in it, or would have been, I mean, on the retest of that 5-minute resistance. Oh yeah, that's it. You can't lose either way. You're in profit. So Bobs, why am I buying? Confluence are 15-minute bouncing off support, closing bullish and golfing. You have the 5-minute closing above a resistance in an uptrend. So that's why I'm buying. We don't all have to agree on the entry. Again, that's trading. There are so many different ways to skin a cat, as I always say. So some will be looking for a sell at the moment, some will be looking for a buy. Chioka? No idea. I think you're probably a little bit too late to the party, to be honest on that one. Beasters, exactly. Everyone has their own strategy that will work as long as it works for you. I mean, it's a niche community, so we should all just, you know, enjoy each other's company. We can learn a thing or two from one another. Fantastic. Yeah, I do what works best for me. You guys do what works best for you. And at the end of the day, I hope we're all profitable. That's the main thing. Mahine, 8 years.
Justin, will you go also, I don't know, maybe at 10 pips on PE?
Probably break even, yeah. I mean, you could start to secure, but it just depends. I'll definitely get to break even. Bobs? No. I'm hesitant to mention things like that as well, because that, I think, is what gets me banned. Beasters, I've had 2 mentors. I now have my own mentorship. Alright, I kind of want to get to break even prior to the 30-minute closure as well, to be honest, guys, because the fact that it could pull back quite significantly to create a low wick, so I really want to pop up a little bit more. But anyway, we'll see. Had about 5 pips on the table, a little more than 5, and now it's just above entry. Yeah, so you'll learn a lot just by watching the streams, mate. Yeah, I'm in a buy right now, so pushing nicely. 8 pips. All right. And consider to start securing. There's 8.5 pips on the table. I'm gonna wait on securing, but I'm gonna get to break even. So the 30 is about to close. Be nice if it keeps me in the trade. But probably need to pop straight up without low wick. Yeah, looks like it's going to take me out. We'll see. Still in it. Still 5 pips up. So.
You are at BE right now?
Yeah, I'm at break even.
Okay.
Beasters leverage 1 to 30 under ASIC regulations, so strict regulations here in Australia. And to be honest, you don't really need any more than that. I think that's fine. In all honesty, you don't want to over leverage. I mean, the last thing you want to do is blow an account by over leveraging and things like that. So there's reasons why they keep it at 1 to 30 here. And I think it's fine. It's more than enough. Tommy, more into you. There we go. Almost got the 10. There we go. There's the 10. So consider securing some profit. All right. I'm just going to close half. I'm going to let the rest run just to secure something, and just going to let the rest run. It's not a big position. And it's another W trade, so well done anyone who did take it. Tommy, you got a buy stop on GU, nice one. So now it's pushing, guys. We've got like 15 pips on the table at the moment, so definitely start to consider securing. Again, this is just what works for me. I'm a scalper, so I only look for small movements in the market. I do have a wider target, and I leave a runner for that in case it does get to that level, but I like to secure some profits in the meantime. Beasters, what leverage? I think 1 to 30 is fine, in all honesty. You really don't need any more, because it's well and good like having the advantage of having high leverage, because you can obviously, you know, it's easier to flip a smaller account, or it's easier to grow an account, but it's also, I mean, it comes at greater risk. I've got to be very careful. I don't want to say anything that will ban me. But yeah, it comes with higher risk, the higher leverage. So I think 1 to 30 is fine. 1 to 50, that's probably, I wouldn't probably need more than that. I think that'd be fine. I would recommend a website or something, but I can't, because that's, again, that got me in trouble last time. So we're currently flowing some nice profits. Let's have a look at GJ, guys. I screenshots for my journal, and I share this with my members every single trade. All right, let's look at GJ. All right, GJ, nice confluence, nice color, sorry, based on the 15-minute time frame. You got that bullish engulfing candle, very similar to gold, except I don't trade GJ off the 15-minute time frame. I am testing it out, definitely testing it out. I was even testing it out before today's stream for a little bit, but GJ for me, the confirmation is the 30-minute time frame, which you still had here, had no upper wick and no lower wick. So would have been difficult for me to execute based off that. I do prefer, because if you look back through all these candles, would probably say 95% plus would have wicks in either direction. In this particular case, there's no upper wick on the catalyst candle. There's no lower wick on the candle prior to it. Beast is all good, mate. All good. So we're currently in 15 pip profit. Paul, you're out. Sorry, mate. Sean, going a bit low. Nice one. If close, gold, hit profit, hit target. Nice one. Done for today. Good job, mate. Well done. Anyone else on YouTube stream managed to get a hold of that gold by David? Yeah, my target's the resistance. Now for me, there's no re-entry. The potential re-entry would be a limit order back at the exact same level as this entry, tapping into that 5-minute resistance, but I'm not going to take it because I'm still running partial. So what else, guys? Let's look at some of the other pairs now. So GU pulling back. So what I'd be looking for in GU for potential options just now is, let's look at the 15 as well. So we've got some minor support here in the 15, just below the previous support. If we were to reject the current level and confirm some resistance only to begin to pop below that support, then there could be options to sell it. Be fine if this candle closes bullish and we reject on the following candles close bearish engulfing. That would be a really strong catalyst for me. I mean, aside from that, I wouldn't be just buying it if this candle closed back bullish. Probably want to see it loiter around that previous support and then look for a buy above it. So maybe a 15-minute consolidation, that type of scenario, and then wait for a closure above it, and then it's a good chance to come back up towards the daily high. That is GU. Let's quickly take a look at EU, just consolidating below a level I'd marked in yesterday on obviously yesterday's stream. So we don't really need to remove the resistance. Let's just remove some of these other zones. And let's quickly do some top-down analysis on EU. What we can see is the weekly is forming a very strong bullish candle. So based off that, what I'm likely to be looking for is levels within this candle, the weekly candle, on more so the 30-minute, but also the 4-hour, where price potentially could pull back to either form a support to head back up, or begin to pop below it and pull away from that level to make a deeper pullback within the current candle, and they could provide obvious entry levels for sales. The daily's at a very strong resistance here. We are also bearish in structure. Did close a hammer candle, which left a long liquidity wick from the downside. Normally that would be followed, doesn't always have to happen, but quite often what you see, they'll be followed by a candle that creates a small low wick and then begins to pop to the upside. So maybe somewhat like so. But the issue with today's candle is the fact that we are at a resistance. We're at a very strong level of resistance here to the left, so hence why it's maybe pulling back, and we have not yet broken high of that previous daily candle. Onto the 4-hour, structurally it is bullish. Again, very tricky level of price action it's currently at. You could just drag that all the way up, and it's one big zone that we are currently trading around or at on EU. We have recently just formed some support just below it. Could be some potential options for sells below the support at the 4-hour resistance. As far as the downside, we'll mark in that level there. On the M30, that is, I'd argue it's also technically bullish, and I'd argue it won't flip until this point here. We've not closed above this swing point. We've broken above it, but not yet closed above it to confirm a higher high. All this is just micro trend between. What we have done is kind of pull back to create an M formation, a double top, I mean triple top. We've tapped into it multiple times. I'll be marking some support. Could be options prior to that, but I'd say that level there. Let me mark it in. Around that 103,860 is a level that we could potentially pull back to form another support at, in order to head back up and look for potential buys to retest the highs. That level also becomes a potential entry point. So as I mentioned on the weekly, you can see now on the 30, these levels of support and resistance and how they become our potential levels and entry points to get involved in trades. So if we were to pull back only to begin to reject that level and start to potentially close below it, then there's a high probability, clean traffic to the left, that price will make its way back down towards that 103.50. So that is EU. For the time being, I consider this whole area to be a mess and no probable trades within it. It's just consolidating. There's no clean price action. It's not trading. Let it create the move and then look to pick up the pieces. So if it comes back down to the support and respects it, possible buys, pop below it, rejects the previous level, it could be possible sells. Further options above this 104.60, but you got a long way to go for that. That is EU for anyone interested. Gold is still in profit. Haven't heard that for a while on YouTube. Thank you whoever subbed. We don't get near enough love on YouTube. dominate, but still struggle to get people on the stream. How about NQ? Layla, I will look at that shortly. Naz, thank you for all the follows, TikTok. You guys are great. Jan Drew 1814, can you please do XLM? I'm wondering if we're going to continue to dip. Just need some thoughts. To be honest, I try to keep the cryptos to the majors, but seeing you asked politely, better not get me a ban. Very, very choppy price action, higher time frame. Structurally, it's bullish on the daily, and it's just in an absolute mess. I see potentially, well, it's at support just now, so if it respects it, there's a good chance it could head back up towards that 50-cent sort of region. XLM is still probably not bad value if you, in comparison to XRP, seeing they are very similar coins from what I remember, do basically the same thing. I think they were, was it not the same person who founded XRP who also founded XLM? I can't remember. Well, I would say that's still bullish in structure. I would say it's just these little pullbacks are a pause. There's no 2 or more consecutive count pullback in the opposite direction to the actual swing high. It's at support yet again. It's really tricky. This is really, really tricky. We've got resistance at, looks to be pretty much a daily high. Previous daily high. So I'd say it's bullish in a 4 hour. And yeah, the 30 is bearish. Just as long as it respects this resistance, it's going to remain bearish as well. Very choppy, it's very tricky. I would look for price to consolidate from the current level of 4 hour support. Look for a bit of structure to form, and if you do get a little bit of structure forming, maybe even on the 15, preferably the 30, then I think it's good options to look for the buy from the 4 hour support. Otherwise, look for a pull back up if you can't get involved, and look for a lower high to form, potentially retesting at 45.40, and look for a sell option. Aside from that, it's at a very, very strong level of support, so it's going to be difficult looking for the sells upon continuation. Yeah, that's my take on it. GJ, please. Yes, GJ. We're currently looking at GJ. Was looking for options to buy from support, but unfortunately I didn't get the right confirmation to do so. I mean, that's a nice one, but there was no upper wick and no lower wick on the actual entry candle itself. So at that point I was in a gold buy anyway. Right now I actually, yeah, this is not great what it's doing now, how it's rejecting it right in the middle of this range. You're rejecting some support here to the left. I mean, the more data it prints now than the current level, the more tricky it becomes to trade. So in this sort of situation, this is when I prefer to see price begin to make some clean moves yet again. So maybe come back down. Doesn't mean I'm necessarily looking for a buy from that support on the first move back down to it from the current level. I'd like to see it create a clean move to cut through the mess that's currently creating, and either look for rejection or options to sell it back down, look for it to bounce back up, bounce back off that for support for an option to buy it. Otherwise, you're looking for entries either side of the range at the moment. So buys above 192.40 and sells below 198, 870 roughly. Oops. Yeah, you guys get the picture. That is GJ. This gold is still running. Still got 14.5 pips on that gold entry. Sean, good to have you back. Trading market, that M15 candle gold was not a big candle. It's not better to wait for another candle. Yeah, it is a big candle and it was quite a big stop loss, but it's also a really strong confirmation. And it's not like it's just come from the middle of, oh, it's not like it's just come after like a, you know, 100 pip push or whatever. It's literally come from a strong level of support. It's bounced off it. Yeah, really nice strong catalyst. So for me, it was definitely worth you know, the entry. It's moving quite nicely now, so yeah, but definitely a strong catalyst. Was I a bit concerned by the strength of the stop loss? Yes, because it was a wide stop loss. There's also a good chance that if it did break and trigger into a trade, that it would likely continue. There's a high probability. So the other potential entry I did mention would have been basically no drawdown on the retest of that minor resistance, and look at that, since that would have been perfect. That you're looking at probably about 25-30 pip profit at the moment. What's your view on Trump coin? I have no view on it, to be honest. I have no idea. I actually heard something very interesting about it today though. Someone's saying there's a little bit more to it. I have no idea though, but yeah, I don't really follow crypto much. Guys, how you can learn, just watch me on a regular. Again, I'm gonna be careful what I say on TikTok because I get banned. Just watch me if you really, yeah. Watch me on a regular. I've got a lot of YouTube, well, TikTok shorts, YouTube shorts and all that. So yeah, just watch them, you'll learn. You'll find it. You guys can find it. You're intelligent enough to find things. Hiren, up to where do you think gold will retrace for a re-entry? Well, look, seeing it did reject quite strongly at 4-hour resistance. I mean, it could pull up just to create a lower high. Where? To what point? I mean, all we can do is go off data to the left. We're currently at what was a previous resistance. I'm not so concerned by it though, because we've obviously broken through it to the upside and to the downside. You just really need to wait for your confirmation. And again, I'd still be looking for buys from lower down. If it did now reject and this was the highest point of the current swing, I'd still consider the buys from lower down. But as to where it goes, nobody knows. It's just fact. Can't tell you. All I can do is, you know, do my own analysis as to where I, you know, think price might be heading. And we're just, as I mentioned in the past, we're just speculators in the market, and we work off previous history on the chart. So we look to the left, look at previous data, look to see what levels price has previously you know, created some a swing point, for instance, or a supply demand zone, support resistance zone, and they're potentially our levels to get involved in trades or levels to target. And then I just wait for my signal within price action, and plain and simple, that's how I do it. What app? CR7 Madrid 21. This is TradingView. Thank you for all the follows. TikTok, wow, appreciate it. Paul, what's my thoughts on oil? Wow, come on, gold. It's just looked like it was about to get tagged out, and it's now flipping in. Thoughts on oil? Interesting one. It's too expensive. Actually not, but I mean, at the Bowser it is, it's too expensive. So that's probably because all the government taxes and that. All right, so oil, weekly strong bearish candle. Obviously that is a strong potential reversal sign, and currently it is reversing that previous weekly doji or hammer candle, leaving a long upper wick. Now pin bar candle, I think you call that one. Onto the daily. Structurally it looks to be still bullish. If it begins to break the previous daily candle's low, it's like we may have some margin to the downside. Gold is 22-23 pips in profit. 4 hour, so previous daily low lines up with 4 hour support, so you just be marking that level in. Structurally, let me have a look at that. This is bearish. I'd call that bearish. Create some lower highs, lower lows below the current the previous daily candle's low. It looked like we've got some pretty clean traffic to the left. Gold is flying, guys. Be marking in this whole level is resistance, and obviously adjusting it on the 30 minute is also actually bullish. That is the lowest point. just here. It's closed below this swing point. Got a 2 consecutive count pullback in the opposite direction just here. I've closed above it, so we've flipped the structure bullish. Probably be adjusting this zone slightly. So therefore, I'd be looking for either price to pull back towards that 75 level, form support above it, look for a sell, or look for a pullback. And if it does respect levels of resistance, really anywhere below at 76 flat, you got, you know, data point just here at 75.80. I'd be looking for my catalyst and price action to sell it from higher up. And otherwise sells below at previous daily candles low. That's my opinion of gold, oil, sorry. All right, gold is pumping, guys. We got 36 pips on the table just now. So I'll just close another small portion of the trade. Just securing some profits on the way up. Gold runner 27.75, Tommy. Interesting. I think I know why you're targeting that level. All or good? CR7, I don't give investment advice. Gotta be very careful. Unfortunately, I can't do that. Gotta be very careful how I word things on TikTok. Jim, I swear nobody knows what's going to do. Just guessing. Well, exactly, it is. It's just an educated guess. At the end of the day, if we all knew what I was going to do, it'd all be multi-millionaires. Fact of the matter is, we don't know. All we can go off is our data, which we accumulate by keeping a journal, and by what has been printing to the left of us, you know, previously, using what we have or determined to be our edge on the markets. And that's all we can do, guys. But you are right. No one knows. Fact. Jim, just start doing research. Sorry, Mr. Phil. I'm just doing research before I start day trading. That's all you can do. That's the best thing you can do. Take your time with it. Don't rush into it, because the honest truth is, mate, you're gonna likely lose money to begin. I blew multiple accounts until I found something that actually works for me. And to be honest, the hardest part was having that patience and discipline to actually stick to a proper plan and not, you know, give in to stupid shit like FOMO, the fear of missing out. But I agree with what you're saying. I'm definitely no guru, but I'm good at what I do, and I like to do it in front of an audience. It's helped me to achieve a lot of things in life, trading. Schleem Talk. Sorry, Mr. Phil, for just 1 minute. I can't recommend anything. I'm not gonna, again, that's gonna get me banned, so I'm sorry, mate. I'm really sorry about that. I just gotta be careful what I say. Mr. Phil, go for it, mate. Go for it.
Oops. Hi, good morning.
Morning, brother. How are you?
I'm doing alright. How about you?
Good, good. Yeah, good. Good. Another good day so far, so all good, mate.
Yeah, so it's looking.
Yeah, what are you looking at today?
Nice one.
Sorry?
That's a really nice one. You're into there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's look, it's sat through a bit of drawdown, about 10 pips I think it was. Or a little bit more. But nothing major. But yeah, nice entry now, so. How about yourself, mate? Any trades so far, or?
I'm looking at some buys on EJ.
There we go, there goes stop loss. Ooh, probably got slipped a bit.
On the 2-hour time frame, so just waiting for, I think the closure is coming soon. Yeah,
in a few minutes.
I'm actually already into a small buy there. I'm waiting to see how it closes, and then I can add the position.
Yep. Sorry, I'm just checking.
Yeah. So because we had this, it formed like, went up a little and then created this long wick to the downside, then came back up to break the high.
Yeah, the high. Correct. Liquidity grab.
Yeah. So I took an entry already. So currently
okay, nice
I'm
one.
holding. I'm already in an entry on it.
Nice one. It's looking pretty good.
A bit of profit. So let's see how it goes.
Yeah, you want a nice strong closure just now. So it's the lower wick. You're still likely going to be in profit. I got slipped a little bit on the pullback on gold. The break it still the trade still ended up well in a profit though. So still a good trade, but that just absolutely melted back to the entry in the last second. So yeah, and it's all part of trading. It's all part of it. But good start to the day.
But doesn't you secured? Wait.
Yeah, I secured again for half at 10 and another half at, it was I think 31, 32 roughly.
Okay.
So it's still, yeah, really nice trade.
Yeah.
How about yourself?
Yeah, I already closed it before when I was 13 pips in profit. I
Nice
closed
one.
already.
Nice one, brother.
Yeah, thanks.
So gold is now potentially providing some entry points, and what we're just talking about with Mr. Phil is the liquidity grab. So this is done in the opposite direction. What we've done is create that high low, higher high. So at that point there, candle probabilities would suggest that will likely continue bullish. There will not be much of a need to pull back and break the low of the previous candle. And if it did so, what we find is a lot of the time what it's going to do is it will do so with quite often a bit of momentum, especially if it's tapping into a level here to the left. And look at that rejection just now. So it's making its way back down to that support. Would have been really, really impulsive. But that kind of scenario plays out quite often. All good. Schleem top, not a problem. Yeah, I mean, if you follow me, watch me trade live, you'll learn a lot from that. Jim, do just quickly buy it in the dips and then quickly sell when it rises, more profit each time. Yeah, there's a little bit more to it than that, to be honest. Again, just show up here on the regular and you'll learn a lot about it. So basically all I do is I have a look at the different time frames on the chart. I draw my levels based on the 4-hour and M30 and M15. Now I determine what levels I want to get involved in a trade. I wait for price to get to those levels, and then I have my catalyst / signals within price action, which give me my confirmation to take the entry. So in this case on gold, we were at a level of support here to the left. I know we are structurally bullish, not on the 15 had technically flipped bearish, but otherwise on the higher time frames we were structurally bullish. Strong bullish engulfing candle, that is one big signal for me. My members know it. It's pretty much the A+ signal. And yeah, so within that we had a 5-minute closure as well above the consolidation. So that's what I mean. I look for my price action catalyst from certain levels. So I determine where I want to get involved. So potentially above the high, I'd be looking for entries as well. Back at the high, I'd be looking for some reversal entries potentially. But again, I wait for confirmation. I do have some options to take limit orders. So limit orders taken, for instance, if you're taking a limit order sell, you're taking it above the current price. So you, for instance, would set a pending order at that price to sell it, or limit order buy, which is below the current price in anticipation the price might pull back to that particular level, tag you in, and then bounce off it. Do have some options to take some limit orders. We took one on stream yesterday, which was a nice winner on GJ. I have options at 4 levels as well, so yeah, plenty to learn, but just show up on the regular. All right guys, London Open. So right now nothing. GJ's just in the middle of this range, printing some pretty choppy price action on the 15. So at the moment GJ probably best to wait for breaks of this range. And gold back at the support, nothing just yet on gold again. So good start to the day. We'll see. We wait around a little bit and see what happens. Reggie sounds very complicated. It's not, to be honest. It really isn't, especially the way I trade. I keep it very simple. I don't use indicators and all that crap. I mean, it's not crap, but I don't need to. I could literally just trade off that, literally. But it's good to have visuals, such as your support, resistance zone, supply, demand, whatever you call it. I call it support and resistance. But it's quite simple. Again, I just literally wait for price to get to a level that I want it to be at before I'm considering any trades. And then I'm waiting for my signal. That was that level, that was my signal. It's really not complicated. The hardest part about trading is waiting patiently for your entry to present. Sean thought I message sent, but it didn't. Basically said I was going to go in 15 minutes. Oh, okay. Your girlfriend's birthday tomorrow? Oh, it's your girlfriend's birthday today. You're gonna all good, mate. Happy birthday to your girlfriend, mate. Go enjoy. Google luxury gold burn. What is the name of the coin? Gold. It's not crypto. Yeah, so it's not complicated, guys. You're gonna find other streamers using indicators and all that stuff. That is, in my opinion, more complicated. I keep it quite simple. Why does the Aussie dollar keep falling against the Thai baht? No idea. Sorry, guys. Sorry to digress. Sean, yeah, it's today, bro. Nice one. Yeah, enjoy it, mate. Enjoy the day of your lovely lady. Guys, TikTok. Appreciate it. Appreciate all the follows. You guys are, yeah, we're gonna get to that 2,000 goal very quickly as long as I don't get banned. Yeah, just have a look at my profile on that. You're gonna see a lot of good short videos. So it's all free education, guys. Enjoy it. JJ coming back up to the resistance. Relatively clean move now on the 30. 15 doesn't actually look that bad as well because it's at least a straight bullish. So this is a little bit better on GJ. It's approaching a level I could start contemplating some entries, either on the rejection for a sell or above for some options to buy it. And gold sells could still present as well, but buys could also present yet again. Slave, how is my gold trade? Fantastic, mate. Secure profit already, so all good. It was a really nice win. Really nice win. I'm a scalper again. I look for small increments, small movements in the market. So what I does works for me. I couldn't care less once I'm out of the trade what gold does. You drop, you know, $100. I couldn't give a crap, to be honest. All I do is follow my plan for my rules, and whichever direction I can get involved is how I, you know, go about it. I get my confirmation to sell it. I went from a sell yesterday with the members in MY, which again, guys, I think maybe a couple were able to secure some profit before it quickly popped back up. I got taken out break even. Moments later on the following candle, we're looking for buys, and both would end up being the right kind of trade for that moment. So you got to be fluid in the markets. It's good to have a bias, but don't be fixated to that bias. That's all I'd say. Right now my bias is bullish on gold. Doesn't mean I'm only looking for buys. I've got options. What I ask myself, what I want to see for the options to sell it. I've definitely got options to sell it potentially. Pikachu should be buy or sell. Nothing for me right now. Love it. I love it when you get. Sorry, Franco.
Yeah, sorry. I was looking for some sells on GU right now. But I don't like the M50 time frame.
Yeah, this week.
So otherwise, if this would not be there, or even if this would be in bearish week, I would take a sell
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you got to be a little bit concerned by that. It's a much cleaner blowout.
Yeah. And it's not only because it's a bullish wick, it's also a long bullish wick.
Yeah, correct. So rejection potentially grab liquidity from that zone. So as long as we remain above it, again, we could just be grabbing liquidity to make the move back up. I mean, this is starting to look better for the buy option as well. We are beginning to consolidate. So if we start to pop back above that support, and be closing above the minor resistance, and I think the buys can be back on the table as well on GU.
Yeah. At the end, I really was looking also for buys, correct? When the M30 closed about above the support.
Yep.
I was willing to take some buys on that, but unfortunately it closed them below.
Yep, I agree. I think that would have been a decent option, yeah. But now just have to wait and see which direction it's going to break towards. Right, GJ rejecting, potentially creating a lower high, but there's still 23 minutes left of the current candle, so there is absolutely no confirmation just yet. Saxon Wood, what coin? Once again, it's not crypto, mate. This particular currency pair I'm looking at right now is the Great British Pound versus the Japanese yen. I also look at obviously the precious metal, that is gold. YouTube guys, let's get those likes up. Not sure what to do about YouTube. It's a really frustrating game. So once again, the beauty about Forex trading, guys, is I could be in a buy and collecting profits, and someone else could be in a sell and be well in a profit or already have secured some profit. And that's the fact of, you know, on today's stream, Paul from the YouTube chat was in a sell and already safely in profit, already secured some profit, or at least had his stop loss well into profit. At the same time, I was looking for a buy from this support and I managed to profit as well. So it's the beauty about Forex trading. I used to swing trade, so sometimes within the swing trade I'll be looking for small scalps. Sometimes it'll be hedging against my swing positions. I'll be selling, for instance, gold, and I'd be scalping a quick buy. So that's the beauty of trading. PAFM Academy? Not at all, mate. Nothing like Raja Banks. No, I'm very strict with rules. Extremely strict with rules. So once again, if you don't like it, no one's forcing you to be here, my friend. So you can bugger off. I love it. I love when you get trolled, especially on TikTok. It's unreal. Good fun. How are we going, YouTube? Anyone currently running any trades? Nowhere near as impulsive as Raja Banks. Nowhere near as impulsive. Sorry, Franco?
I was mentioned, so no one took your gold buy on earlier, so on the YouTube. I didn't see any win.
Not sure.
Yeah, guys, come on.
Yeah, YouTube's asleep. I don't know what's going on with YouTube. There we go. Thank you, Franco. Paul, not currently in the trade. Fair enough.
It was a nice win just then on gold.
Yeah, it's just again following the plan. It's been a really good comeback from what was a disappointing start to the new year. Come back really strong.
Yeah.
Same for you,
Yeah,
Mr.
sounds
Phil.
cool.
Hey, good morning, Phil. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing alright. How about you?
That's good. Yeah, also thank you. So as I mentioned, I took the gold buys on also as Justin, and now I'm looking on some GU buys or maybe sells. So depending
Yeah.
how the price is enveloping right now. How about your UJ trade?
EJ trade, yeah, it got to like 13 pips. I got to like 13 pips. I took some partials, then I got
Okay.
stopped out at break. So
That's okay. That's fair. It's okay.
yeah.
Nothing wrong with
Yesterday I
securing
did
some
have a
profits.
really good one. Yeah. Yesterday I had a runner that went for about 75 pips. So
Nice one.
Great.
yeah. So it was
That's
really
really
good day.
Nice one.
Yeah,
mate.
maybe the market is coming settle down a little bit right now as normal, so and we can now gain our profits out of the market, because at the beginning of the year it was a little bit crazy, the market, especially gold,
Yeah.
and maybe it's a little bit calmed down.
Yeah, gold is very tricky.
For gold, I'm not really that much concerned. I don't trade gold, so
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's tough. It was very tough the first, week and a bit. It's been alright the last week or so. Benny Chamberlain, hope you're well, brother. Thank you for popping on and saying good day. Yeah, hopefully catch you soon. Dylan just started trading last night. I put sell on gold and my stop loss didn't work down. Oh, really? Sure, that's strange. So you had a hard stop in and it didn't trigger it. Yeah, that's something you might need to contact your broker about. Good luck proving it though. That's never easy. Pikachu, gold seem climbing up potentially. Yeah, so the next potential entry point is still above this wick because it's bearish candle. Once again, we're bouncing off this support, but at this rate, I need for price to pop above that 27.54 sort of region. Still got the margins to take it up. Still some 40 pips. But until it does that, this could act as resistance. It potentially could be a lower high and we could come back down to support. We could begin to consolidate as well. So I'd rather see price to begin to pop above that level or any re-entry. Shafiq, hello to you. All right, TikTok. I don't want to push my luck, so unfortunately I'm gonna have to end the stream. Still live on YouTube. I appreciate you guys for joining. Again, thank you. Well done today. If anyone managed to secure some profits on any K, even if it wasn't the gold trade I took, you did fantastic. Well done. It was a good trade. But yeah, otherwise, guys, thank you for joining. TikTok. I will catch you guys same time, same place tomorrow. Make sure to follow if you're not already done so. Paul, yes, Monday, Friday. As long as I'm not banned, I'm on my last strike on TikTok. So, yep. But hopefully, catch you again tomorrow. TikTok. Catch you tomorrow. Appreciate you, Pikachu. Everyone else, thank you. And YouTube, don't go nowhere. I'm still about. All right, TikTok. Cheers, guys. Bye. Alrighty then. YouTube, still here. 22 of you on stream. Disappointing. TikTok, 98 new followers just from today. So got up to around that 100 mark on stream. And YouTube's left me. YouTube don't like me anymore. And no idea why. Still killing it. Did any of the members other than Franco manage to, I know Mr. Phil, I know you don't trade gold, but anyone else managed to get that gold entry? Tommy, I'm assuming you're in from 2750. Bruno, you took a while addressing a little one. Multitasking. They say men are incapable of doing that. Well, you've just proven everyone wrong, haven't you, mate? Well done. That's an effort. Whole new level of wrist. Oh, mate, it's, yeah. Probably got the phone in one hand, dressing a little one with the other. Hang on, yeah, I remember those sort of days. Tommy, you are? Yeah, so from 2750. Risk entry, yeah, it gets the adrenaline rushing. It doesn't it? It gets the adrenaline rushing. John, you got it? Nice one. Risk off on GU. Nice one. Oh, nice one. Yeah, GU is starting to push, so I know you trade a little bit differently. Yeah, GU is starting to look okay. You probably could now be waiting for the 30-minute closure for anyone who is interested in it. Would have been tough because the 15 had no upper wick, nor did the next candle have the lower wick. So you're probably best to wait for now for a 30 closure. If this closes bullish engulfing, then GU looks pretty good for some options to buy it, in my opinion.
Yeah, and there's also a margin there to take advice for GU.
But that, well, potentially, yeah, if this is the highest point, yep.
Correct. Correct.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Been a lot of break-even trades for me to begin this year, but I think I've won out of the resulted trades. I think I've won the last 3. It's been a pretty solid comeback. But again, today just goes to show why I like to get to break even, because the volume right now on gold it settled down a bit after the first week or so of the new year. But that was just crazy. That was really crazy. I did get slipped on the remaining tiny position I had, but I secured most of the trade either way, so it was still a nice win in the end. Bruno, you stop auto break even to 5 pips and you start. So you, alright, so you're no longer getting to auto break even at 5 pips. Must be a bit of a thrill ride for you these days then, when you see gold 6-7 pips up and then straight back into a bit of drawdown. Because normally you'd be out of it by then. The beast that gold is. Took me a good few years to really trust it. Works nicely with GJ though? Yeah, probably. I do remember I really lost confidence on gold back in 2020, I think it was. I didn't trade it for a year. Just didn't look at it. From after I think I got completely wrecked in March trying to trade the news. But with gold getting sliced, that's why I stopped with gold trading in general. But you are trading it now, aren't you? Oh, okay. Yep, you are. I think the difference on gold is we can kind of go down a time frame or two. With GJ, I'm still preferring the 30-minute as the main catalyst. The GJ is actually not looking all that bad. What you potentially got is, first of all, the 30-minute looks likely to close bearish. Within it, you might have the bearish engulfing 15-minute candle as well. But that is a catalyst, that's a signal. The only concern would be the fact that this thing keeps dropping just now, and there is not going to be a great deal of margin when you've got to line it up against the stop loss, and it has to be based on 15 in this case. You'd be looking at, once you count for spread, about 19 to 20 pips stop loss with spread. Maximum margin to the downside about 12.5 pips, so probably not really worth it, to be honest. And this is good on gold, because then you're just waiting for it to decide. Because we know if it pops below this support, there potentially could be sell options, as long as it doesn't eat too much into the margin below the support here, 27.46. If it begins to pop above 27.54, then again we've got 40 pips plus into to the current daily candles high, so there could be options at that point to buy it as well. So it's kind of doing now what the 5-minute was doing before, and we waited for the strong closure on the 15 to close the 5-minute. Also was obviously closing above the resistance. It's kind of doing the same now on the 15. For that German 40, this was one I was considering trading. I did look at it a fair bit last year, stopped, can't remember why, just less is more, that's why. Now it's continuing on its way up. Is that another all-time high? No, at the resistance near the all-time high. Market is exuberant at the moment with that. Obviously it must be the rhetoric coming out of the Trump administration at the moment, so yeah, I mean, Nasdaq looks like it's going to continue this year to create high highs yet again. Gold, I'm sure, will do the same. Bitcoin, sure, will also continue up at some point. Still talk about the US considering it as a potential reserve to back up their currency. I can't see how though, because it's just, in my opinion, I would have thought it'd be too volatile. I would have thought gold would make more sense. But if that's to be the case, then God, look out, Bitcoin will... Sky's the limit. Absolutely, the sky's the limit. Definitely going to QE. Yeah, under Trump for sure. I have no doubt. Well, they've raised the debt ceiling yet again. I mean, let's face it, there is no debt ceiling at all. They just keep raising it. Keep printing there. It's an endless money machine. Yeah. They're just going to continue to remove it, or to adjust it. All it does is kick the can down the road. That's all it's doing. Just continues to kick the can down the road, leaves it, you know, into the next person's hands to deal with. Trump's only got 4 years. Remember, you can only serve 2 terms, I think, as the US president. He's an interesting character, that's for sure. It's whether you like him or not, he's a very interesting character. He definitely moves the markets. That's, you know, can be really good. Sometimes you're on the wrong end of it. It's not great. Felt that before. Bruno, money printed, people feel richer. Assets value rise. Majority spent on liabilities. Minority buy assets. Exactly right. It just encourages more people to continue to invest. When their assets, they see assets continuing to rise, they think the sky's the limit, off to the moon with all these, you know, NASDAQ, all the tech stocks, Bitcoin, looking to park their money in what will likely produce quicker returns. So having said that, gold is probably not one of those. Gold moves slow, although last year it did increase by 26 or 27%, so it has been moving a lot quicker. But compare it to like Bitcoin and NASDAQ. Actually, compared to NASDAQ, I don't think moved higher last year than percentage return than gold, if I'm not mistaken. S&P didn't. S&P was just a little bit below it. But yeah, people want to park their money in whatever's going to give them the quickest and potential for the most return, and that's obviously, you know, Bitcoin, cryptos, NASDAQ, that type of thing. Build countries manage gold price, but it's definitely manipulated. I think it's a bank thing more so than countries. I think it's a central bank thing. Or some of the major players, because they're heavily short in a lot of these precious metals. It's been very manipulated in the markets when it comes to gold and silver. The true value of both, if you're to, you know, determine it based on what comes out of the ground, should be a lot more than what they are. A lot more. I mean, silver, you're looking at 2k roughly. Gold probably around that 40. I remember hearing on a podcast I was listening to about it both heavily pressed the price by the major banks, but what that does is help them also accumulate it at what currently might not seem a discount price, but compared to what it will be moving forward in, you know, 5-10 years from now, it's definitely a discounted price. Obviously, a lot of the big central banks around the world are accumulating gold. Some have started to accumulate silver as well. Silver's a different it's a totally different thing, because it is a industrial metal as well. It's used in pretty much everything that we use on the daily. You're the mobile phone, every single thing, every device has got silver in it. And a lot of that scrap silver just goes to absolute waste when you chuck out your device or whatever. It goes to landfill. All right, gold, nice strong closure. Not yet a catalyst, we're not above that resistance. So for me, the long wick to cover 15 is not closing above the body. So there is no entry just now. And quite frankly, I'm going to go. There's only 15 people on stream, so not worth staying on. But appreciate you guys who have remained till the end. Well done today. Hope we all did well. Well done to those who followed on the gold trade. Well done to everyone else who took trades either side of it. And yeah, appreciate the support, guys. I will catch you tomorrow. Members, I will see you for 3MY, probably roughly around the same time as yesterday. Keep a little bit of an eye on the charts in between. I'll let you guys know if there's anything I feel is a probable entry. Yeah, so I'll catch you on. Yeah, Tommy will be there, roughly same time. Alrighty, team. Trade safe. Take care.
Thank you, man. See you later.
I'll catch you later. Cheers, mate. Cheers, guys.
Yeah, bye.
Take care. Bye, guys.